Hi, I'm Carianne Fisher, Executive Director of the North Carolina Coalition Against Domestic Violence. On behalf of the Coalition and our partners, I'd like to welcome you to this special virtual video presentation for Domestic Violence Awareness Month, October 2020. The National Domestic Violence Hotline has chosen a theme for this year of #OneThing. And the idea is that folks share the one thing they wish people knew or understood about domestic violence. I have a #OneThing, which is I wish people understood or knew that safety isn't simple. It's very nuanced, and this is even more true during the pandemic. If you asked advocates before COVID-19 what some of the barriers are for survivors in North Carolina, I think you'd hear them say housing, access to healthcare and mental health services, transportation, and financial issues like difficulty finding employment. You can probably imagine a little bit about how much more difficult each of these issues is, how much higher each hurdle has become for survivors in light of the pandemic. Another #OneThing that I think about is the question that we get asked a lot, which is if I have a friend, a family member, or a coworker who I think is experiencing intimate partner violence, how can I help? Well, number one is listen. Number two is be supportive and non-judgmental. Number three is be available to them. Number four is help them explore what safety really means for them. And number five is help them connect with domestic violence services. I mentioned all of these barriers and hurdles for survivors. And as I said, it's only gotten harder during COVID-19. And one of the ways in which it's gotten harder is if you think about shelter, you think about the social distancing requirements. That's very difficult in a lot of shelter environments. So part of what has happened is a lot of domestic violence service providers have had to rely on emergency hotel stays for survivors and their families. So in fact, it's been about 84% of the domestic violence service providers we have polled. So unexpected and unbudgeted expenses. In fact, 94% of the organizations we talked to said they had unexpected expenses as a result of COVID-19. So in conclusion, if you find yourself asking, what can I do to help? There are three main things. Number one is be there for friends, family members, coworkers who might be experiencing intimate partner violence. Number two is join us during our October 2020 Domestic Violence Awareness Month Purple Ribbon campaign. If you've got some purple ribbon at home, or if you'd like us to send you some, wrap it around some trees, weave it through the railings on your porch, wear it on your shirt to let folks know about domestic violence. And lastly, consider a donation to your local domestic violence service provider and or to the North Carolina Coalition Against Domestic Violence. We need more partners in our effort. Together, we believe we can move closer to ending domestic violence in North Carolina, in the United States, and in the world. Thank you.